Hi everyone, Felix here. Welcome back to Anime Oh Yeah. After the exciting spring season, this summer season definitely won't disappoint you. In the first part of this summer season preview, we are going to cover Working Season 3, To Love Blue Darkness second season, Ulala Times 2 second part, Chaos Dragon Seiryu Senki, Nonon Beauty and Gakkou Golashi. The very popular comedy anime series, Magnalia, also known as Working, makes its return this summer. The announcement of the third season comes to no one's surprise because this show is indeed very funny. So far, if my introduction has not made this show sound very funny, sorry, let me try it harder. So basically, the story of Working is all about a family restaurant in Hokkaido called Magnalia. Dining at this restaurant can be very dangerous and can be very weird because you may get punched when you walk right into the restaurant, and even if you manage to reach your seat, you may not be able to give your order because one of the waitress is just too short for you to spot and the other one will scare you with her katana. In the end, you may still not get your food because the manager has already finished everything left in the kitchen. So there you have it. Everyone works at this restaurant has hilarious personality and they are all kinda weird. Character is definitely the soul of an anime. When you have a bunch of colorful and funny characters, you definitely have a good comedy. In this sense, the seiyuu of this anime do deserve some praise. They have instilled much character and life to the various personalities we see in Working. And this is especially true for the super kawaii voice of Asumi Kana and the semi-evil voice of Kamiya Hiroshi. Everyone can find a favorite in this show, and I'm assuming that Tanishima Popular is the #1 class favorite. Fans of bright, cute anime style are going to find little to complain in this show because Working is definitely a pretty nice looking show. Even though the animation quality is kinda average, but this is just a slice of life comedy, so it doesn't really need that much fancy animation. Magnalia was very well accepted in Japan, which could be reflected by a very high DVD and Blu-ray sales. The first season of Magnalia managed to sell over 17,000 DVDs, which is amazing for a comedy anime. And you also need to take into consideration that DVD is not that cheap in Japan. And this show does deserve that sales figure. All in all, if you have never heard about Magnalia, I strongly recommend it to you. And if you are a big fan of comedy anime, this is definitely a show that you can't miss, and it will definitely be one of those shows that make your day. Durarara Times 210 is the second part of the second season of this anime, one of my favorite Tokyo Life anime. The main appeal of Durarara is its diverse and colorful mix of personalities. Through our protagonist's adventure around Ikebukuro in Tokyo, we get to meet a lot of colorful and instantly memorable characters. We have Tokyo Superman Heiwatsuma Shizon, the headless motorcycle rider Silty, and Orihara Izaya, an information broker who is deadly attractive to our female audience. Another strong point of Durarara is that it successfully integrates many pop culture elements into the anime without stealing focus away from its main plot. We have online chat rooms, maid cafe, manga shop, and of course text messages and mobile phones. All of these elements allow us to get closer to the Tokyo life nowadays. While many people consider Durarara is a great light novel, a great anime, it does suffer some complaints from some audience. Some people think the story develops way too slow and we have too many characters around, and some of them they have not received enough background introduction. Well, some of these statements they are certainly very true, but we have to also understand that Durarara is a light novel and it is a still ongoing light novel. It does take our author quite a bit of time to come up with such a good story, so if you are the author, you probably won't want your light novel to finish within just 3 volumes. So I suggest if you just can't wait for the anime to come out, you can pick up the light novel. There is English version available online for free and I'm sure you can find it. Now comes back to the anime. 10 is only the second part of the second season, so there will still be a third part waiting for us. So you can't expect the story come into a conclusion that quickly. This part, I'm sure if you have watched all the previous episodes of Durarara, you must be used to the pace of this anime. Indeed, you need a bit of patience when you are watching this anime, but this patience will definitely reward you at some stage. Celebration time, Harlem fans, because this summer we have the second season of To Love Blue Darkness. Harlem as an anime genre usually causes a lot of debates across the internet. Personally, I have come across so many negative comments regarding Harlem anime, and I have stopped to care about those negative comments anymore. But honestly speaking, I'm a supporter of both harem and reverse harem anime because I consider them as a part of the diversity of anime. Different people love different types of anime. It's true that most harem anime they don't have plot at all, but we are here for the fanservice, not for the story anyway. And this anime, To Love Lu, is indeed a very special anime because it just keeps getting better and better every season. Basically, if you have watched the previous seasons of To Love Lu Darkness, namely To Love Lu and Moto To Love Lu, you may realize how big the gap between this anime and the previous season is. The plot in To Love Lu is completely random and doesn't really have strong connections between each episode. However, To Love Lu Darkness is completely different. Does this mean that we finally have a story? Yes, it is. In To Love Lu Darkness, we finally have a main goal and we know what the story is about. This is obviously different from previous seasons. The art quality of To Love Lu Darkness also has improved drastically. To Love Lu simply looks like a low-budget harem anime, but when you are watching To Love Lu Darkness, you definitely have a feeling that you are watching a big-name harem anime. Personally, my eyes were never tired to watch the quality of this anime, and my suggestion is that you must watch this anime in highest definition possible to improve the enjoyment you receive, and you know what I mean. For the seiyuu and music part, there is also nothing negative to complain about. All in all, I have really enjoyed the To Love Lu series, and it is just an amazing anime that keeps improving every season. To Love Lu Darkness has improved massively in terms of story and art style. And of course, we always have our beloved fan service, the best kind of service to casually refresh our eyes. So far, I have been talking about sequels after sequels, so what's new this season? Is there anything new that can get us excited? Of course there is, and here you go. Chaos Dragon's Seiryu Senki. If you just take a look at the surface of the anime project, you may think it's just another light novel trash. That was my first impression as well, because this anime, it doesn't really have a that impressive poster, its title doesn't seem that interesting either, but I'm glad that I was wrong. And this is actually a very interesting new anime. Oddly enough, even though this anime is an anime adaptation of a light novel, but it doesn't find its root in that light novel. That light novel, Chaos Dragon, actually derives from an even bigger collaboration project. The goal of this collaboration project is to create a new massive role-playing game franchise. And this project involves anime studio Toho, board game publisher Seikaisha, and anime platform Sega Networks. Each company is going to create a different product in their field of expertise for the series that began as a single work, and in the end we will have a new role-playing game franchise. Since we have so many big companies involved, of course we have some big names here in the cast list. Narita Ryuko, the author of Bakino and Durarara, Urobuchi Gen, the author of Fate Zero and the scriptwriter of Madoka and Psycho Pass, and Natsukinoko, the author of Fate Stay Night, they are going to be in charge of the character design, and these three names definitely showed my interest. True that just because this many big names are involved does not necessarily mean that it's guaranteed to be great or even good, but in any case it will be interesting and entertaining. And of course we have to be careful with the plot, because these guys are super good at writing plot, but this time they are not in charge of the plot. They are only in charge of the character design. So this is something that we have to watch out for. But otherwise, everything looks really promising. We even have Silver Link to produce the anime. Whether this anime will be a big hit this summer, we have to wait for the first few episodes. But if you are a fantasy fan and you want to try out something big, something new, this anime, Seiryu Senki, is definitely an exciting choice. Kakogurashi, which literally means living at school, is one of the new anime that will make its debut this summer. Just by looking at this title and this super cute background, you may mistake this anime to be a slice of life anime. Well, actually it is not. It's actually a survival and zombie genre anime. Yes, it belongs to the horror genre rather than the slice of life genre. Wow, are you shocked? Oh, don't worry. I can promise you that these girls, they are not zombies. They are fighting against zombies in order to survive. Basically, our main character, Takeya Yuki, is a very cheerful schoolgirl who is a member of her school's campus life club. Well, sounds like a very fun and very cute club activity. But when she is playing along with her friends, Her friends actually have to protect her from zombies because in reality they are the only survivors of their school after a zombie outbreak that has completely devastated the city. As a result of a mental breakdown due to the zombie attack, Yuki has created an illusion world for herself, believing that everything is normal and her classmates, her friends, her teachers, they are all alive and well. Well, slowly she realizes the truth of her surroundings, but her friends still have to protect her from those scary zombies and trying their best to create fun and exciting club activities for Yuki. Sounds a lot of fun, does it? The plot of this manga has really reminded me about a famous visual line novel, Saya no Ta, written by Gen in 2009. In that visual novel, our main character also suffers the same problem. He thinks everyone else around him are scary and ugly, while the only monstrous creature who is living with him is actually a beautiful girl. That visual novel was really good, and I suggest you to check that out as well. And because that visual novel has given me such a deep impression, I feel like the concept of characters viewing the same world, same event from different perspectives is a really good idea because it allows reality and illusion to perfectly intermingle with each other, which generates an impressive reading experience for the audience. The studio that will bring us this anime is Laluke, which is a relatively new Japanese animation studio with relatively less experience in the industry. Its previous notable works include Persona 4, the animation, Rei Hamatola. We will see how things goes, but I do have confidence in this anime. Slice of life anime No Beauty gets a season 2 this season. Basically, the story is about 4 girls living in a countryside town very far away from Tokyo. It's a very laid-back town and it's pretty small as well. So small that the school in this town only has 5 students with different grades and they are all in the same class. They have 4 girls and 1 boy spending their day together with their lazy teacher, and the story pretty much revolves around the country lifestyle in Japan. Plenty of beautiful sceneries, a bunch of activities, and you can enjoy a very laid-back lifestyle which is completely different from the busy lifestyle in the cities. The anime as a whole is very slow but relaxing, and it does have its funny moments. To some people, this anime may just be one of the obligatory slice of life anime that will pop up in every season's lineup. And to these people, normally they just choose to skip all the slice of life anime every season. They do have their reasonings. Well, slice of anime, they are boring. You don't have that many characters, you don't have complicated background stories, and there's pretty much no plot development at all because most life of anime, they just don't have plots. Well, I can't really argue with that, but by doing so, these people, they may eventually miss something really good. This season, No Beauty may be one of them. No Beauty still employs the same down-to-death formula as other slice of life anime do, but it does the formula perfectly. It has engaging characters, right amount of comedy, and a unique theme to set it apart from other slice of life anime. It is simple indeed, but simplicity is exactly the charm of slice of life anime. They are simple, yet entertaining. Sometimes simplicity is the greatest sophistication, and No Beauty is the perfect justification of this statement. Thank you so much for watching this video. A big thank you to all of you. This is the part 1 of my summer anime season preview, and see you in part 2.